And for me as a parent, I get to worry a lot seeing the issues we have with talent and skill.
Correct.
I'm torn between whether I need to keep my children in school, whether I need to put them onto AI classes, and the other day I was talking to my wife and she said, no, I think let's first wait. Let's first keep it where it is, and then as we monitor the situation, what is your feelings and insights on that broader people question?
Okay, so you're raising a question around people, but you're also helping me focus on the youth side of the
Yeah.
equation.
Yes.
So, and you talked about talent 10 years ago and talent now. What are we seeing? So let's start from the family equation.
Yeah.
And I've learned that even though constantly want the best for my kids, I don't know what the best means for them.
Yeah.
It could be very different.
Mhm.
And you may try all your formulas to say, should they be in an AI class? Should they learn this? Should they do this? The reality is that we can't control how the world is going to shape them in the real world. So doing the best means with your knowledge today, what kind of, I think what I focus on and what I would encourage parents to focus on is what are the foundational skills that you need to make sure your children are embedded with that are going to help them to be resilient, that are going to help them to win, that are going to help them to continue to nurture themselves, you know? And those are really around values, talk about culture, talk about, good and bad, how do you make those decisions? I also feel that when you are upbringing your kids, you're an African boy like me, we have never been taught to tell about our failures. But it's important to share your failures so that they can learn from it. Practicing vulnerability is very critical with our children because otherwise they think that you can't be vulnerable. And when they feel vulnerable, they can't communicate to you, which is important. Let's not forget that thanks to even leaders like yourself, that we have a physical identity and a digital identity. And helping kids to understand that how do you nurture your physical identity and your digital identity is very, very crucial. So these are foundational skills. The ability for your children to continue to embrace technology. It's not a good to do, it's a must to do. And staying ahead of the game is critical. But also helping them to understand the value of relationships. Many times you may have the best thoughts, the best ideas, but if you don't have the best relationships, you can only